What is going on, everybody? Ben Raven here, out from the locker room post-game interviews here at SoFi Stadium after the Lions beat the Chargers 41-38 on a last-second Riley Patterson field goal at the buzzer. They're 7-2 on the season. They send the Chargers to 4-5. But my goodness, what an unbelievably entertaining game. I know that was probably a lot tighter than it should have been with those mistakes in the red zone and another meh third quarter, but my goodness, I mean, it's hard to feel too bad about what that offense did today. The defense had some pressure in the first half. Kirby Joseph made another big play, but man, that defense just no resistance in the second half. So it really was onto the offense. I mean, this was a nonstop shootout from like start to finish. I mean, just really impressed by the Lions and their ability to close this game out. I mean, getting into the scoring position, kneeling the clock out when they realize the Chargers are running out of timeouts. They don't have much of a chance. You don't want to put the ball back in their hands. So I just wow. You know, I'm kind of out of words on this one. Both both teams combined to go 7 of 8 on fourth down. I mean, just one of those games. I mean, seriously. I'm just looking at the stat sheet. David Montgomery in his first game back, 116 yards and 75-yard touchdown. Jameer Gibbs has another nice day, 77 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, adds 35 yards through the air. Amon-Ra St. Brown with a career high 156 yards. He had 8 catches and a touchdown too. So it's just like the list goes on and on. Jared Goff, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, obviously the bad coming out of this one is the defense. You know, the bad coming out of this one is the defense. So I'm gonna move. I thought I had enough time. It's okay. Just gonna move to some light over here so y'all can see me anyway. But yes, 41-38. You know, I mean, it just at one point it felt like the Lions should have been up 21-3 when it was 17-10, and it just the red zone woes are tough. You know, I mean the red zone woes and the third quarter woes really kind of hung heavy in this one because this was a game that, let's be real. I mean, feel good about this win. It's a good team that the Lions beat, but there were some chances to put that game away, and they just didn't. I mean, the defense just could not get off the field. Justin Herbert, 27 of 40, 323 yards, 4 touchdowns. Keenan Allen had 11 catches for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Really a tough day for the secondary. The Phantom, I reached out to the people on our Dungeon of Doom Insider text service to see about that DPI call that happened on fourth and goal in the end zone, and it didn't sound like they showed much of a view on that at home either. But I mean, there were just the penalties, misassignments. I mean, the Lions looked lost whenever the Chargers would use Keenan Allen in pre-snap motion. I mean, Branch would travel with him, and then he would leave him at the last second. I mean, that fourth down pass to Allen just kind of sticks out of my head with Kirby Joseph trying to play catch up. And I mean, yeah, I mean, the Lions have won a variety of different ways. So this is the first time they've won a true shootout like this, where the defense just can't get off the field. But I mean, that's what good teams do. Good teams figure out ways to win games, and that's what they did today. And I mean, the Chargers got star powers on both sides of the ball. I said that for anybody that listened or read anything I put out there in the world this week. I mean, the Chargers have star power on both sides of the ball, and it showed up today. I mean, it really did show up today. Justin Herbert, it is a big, tough, physical, talented cornerback. Talked to Aiden Hutchinson in the locker room after the game, and there was that throw when Herbert's going to the sideline with Hutchinson, and Hutchinson makes tries to make the diving tackle. Hutchinson thought he stopped him. He thought he had a sack. He thought he pushed him out of bounds. And he heard Herbert stand up and say, "Let's leap and go." And, I mean, Hutchinson looked at me when I asked him about it, and he's like, I still can't believe he completed that pass. So, I mean, yes, the defensive struggles are worrisome. No doubt about it. Like, that's a problem. You're not always going to win games like that. But my goodness, this is a coaching staff that really understands its roster, that really understands its mentality, that really understands. I mean, a couple of years ago, we were talking about time management woes and just Dan Campbell struggling to manage the clock, struggling to manage his timeouts. Not at all anymore, because he flexed that muscle to end this game, and they kind of flexed that muscle throughout this game, just running on 4th and 5, going for it on 4th and 2, where if they don't get that 4th and 2 down the stretch, the Chargers get the ball back with an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. So, I mean, that is just understanding the opponent, understanding the team, understanding the not momentum, but the feel of the game, the pace of the game, how it's going, and it's impressive how this coaching staff has evolved with this roster as the talent has increased. This team's for real, y'all. I mean, it's not just a for real team in the NFC North. This is a for real team in the NFC because, I mean, the Chargers are 4-5. But, I mean, that's a talented team. That's a talented team with a really good quarterback, a really good running back, a great wide receiver, a young offensive line, and some star power on defense. Let's not lose track of that. The Lions are at 41 points on a defense that has Derwin James, a defense that has Khalil Mack, a defense that has a Bosa in his prime. I mean, there were some heavy hitters out there, and it's hard not to feel very impressed about this offense. Gosh, I'm on St. Brown. I mean, I do think he gets overlooked. I do think just what he does, he makes it look so easy. It's so automatic. He's always in the right place. He always makes the catch. He always adds something. It's the effort. It's just don't take that man for granted. Dan Campbell tells us to write that. I'm telling you guys right here, don't take Amon-Ra St. Brown for granted because that is a superstar. That is not a star. That's not a good, cute story about a fourth-round pick. That is a superstar. That is one of the best 5 wide receivers in this league. And this team feeds him when they need it most. This team feeds David Montgomery when they need it most. I was really impressed with how they used both Gibbs and Montgomery today, and I think that is very optimism-inducing for the future. It's 8:10 back home. It's 5:10 back here. I'm traveling. Looks like Sunday Night Football's about to start. That's messing with me, but I'm going to get out of here. We're going to record a podcast tonight. Several stories to write today, tomorrow. So MLive.com/Lions and just Dungeon of Doom podcast, wherever you can listen to podcasts. I do want to recommend our Dungeon of Doom Insider text service. I had some great talks with people on there today. It's just, I really enjoy that during the games. Like, you guys can text with me one-on-one as I'm covering an NFL game. If I can't sell that enough, it's $4.99 a month. You get a 14 free-day trial. Check it out. But yeah, MLive.com/Lions. I'm going to get to work. We'll see you guys later. Lions win 41-38. They are 7-2 on the season. They go 4 of 5 on 4th down, and that's the story of this game.